Hello everybody, Paul with Grist Real Estate here, broker and team lead, and I am here to present July's market report for 2021 across the Greenbrier Valley. And in the Greenbrier Valley Board of Realtors, we cover Greenbrier, Monroe, Pocahontas, and Summers counties. And so all the information is based off the data that comes off of our multiple listing service from all the transactions that have occurred through our board and through the real estate work that we do. So in general, the market right now is stepping back just a little bit in terms of the number of listings coming on the market, and that of course is going to slow down a little bit on the number of transactions that we see coming down the road. And this is a national trend. The experts believe that a lot of the pullback right now is just temporary, and that's based on people having vacations and getting out. Now that the COVID restrictions are lifting, a lot of the masks mandates are easing, and people are encouraged to get out and go do things and do those vacations that they couldn't do last year. So there's been a really significant surge in that and pulling back as far as new properties coming on the market. And with that, we expect things to settle down in the fall as everybody heads back towards school and the fall evens out, and the experts are expecting the market to pick up again at that time. So a little bit of a change, nothing hugely significant, but certainly a little variation on that. So as we're looking at things in the market in general, you know, with everything moving along, it's good to keep in mind too that affordability of homes is still extremely high. And you think about, well, why would I buy a property now? And it's like, well, your dollar goes further. You know, with the interest rates so low, you know, mortgage payments are lower, and so you can afford to buy more house. And essentially, the affordability is at the best that it's been in anybody's recent memory. So looking ahead too, we expect to see some easing up on the market from decrease in lumber prices. We've seen those come down. Experts are saying somewhere around 25% at this time in places. So that's very encouraging. You've seen a huge decrease in the number of new homes that have been built because of that. So hopefully with costs going down, we'll see more new homes built and more people moving into those new homes. So, and one question that keeps hitting everybody's mind right now too is, okay, what's going to happen to home values if we have another recession? You know, there's always one. Every up comes down or an adjustment. And, you know, if you look at history, in 4 of the last 6 recessions, home values have actually stayed steady or increased. And that's, you know, one of the big differences between 2008 and now is that, one, buyers are more qualified. Buyers have more money down, more equity in their homes than they did then. Loans are more difficult to get, so the buyers are more qualified. And in general, you know, the savings rate has been up for Americans all across the board for the last half decade, and the amount of equity that people have in their homes has just skyrocketed. I mean, there's a very high amount of equity, which gives a cushion should we have a recession or something unfortunate happen. Now, one of the things too with a difference in 2008 and now is that there was very high inventory then. There were new houses being built by the thousands, lots of excess inventory. Unlike now, you know, there's essentially not anything for sale. Whenever something comes up, it goes under contract very quickly. So that's just kind of a high level of the market and what's going on, what we're thinking. Wanted to dig down into the numbers a little bit for the second part of this. And again, for the whole MLS, our whole Board of Realtors, Greenbrier, Monroe, Pocahontas, and Summers County, your absorption rate, the amount of inventory on the market, is down to 4 months of inventory. And that's a 58% change from a year ago when there was 9 months of inventory. Median sales price, that's the price where in the middle where most properties are selling for the whole 4 county areas, $154,000. That's up from $129,000 just a year ago. That's over an 18% increase. I think of interest so far this year, the number of sold homes are up 48%. So this year so far, there have been 558 homes sold in our area compared to 376 at the same time last year. So even though when you look at the market and say, okay, what's for sale? Not much. Well, there's actually been a lot that's come on the market and gone under contract and sold. And then as we look at the number of new listings, this is where you start to see the shift. For July, the number of new homes on the market is down 25% compared to the same month last year. However, on the year as a whole, it's up 3%. So the first 6 months of the year, a lot of properties come in on the market. It's pulled back in July. So, as a note too, a lot of our data on the sold properties, when properties are selling for the month of July, they've gone under contract on average about 45 days ago. So the market today, when something goes under contract, it's not going to close until September, maybe even October. And so the time gap in that creates a difference. So as we drill down into Greenbrier County and looking at the changes there, again, absorption rate is pretty much the same. The amount of inventory is 4 months. And the median sales price in Greenbrier County is actually up 16% from a year ago. It's gone from $154,000 up to $180,000. So significant jumps there. The number of sold properties is up 45% versus a year ago for the same month. And that means, the properties that sold in July were going under contract in May and in June. And year to date, the county's up 30% for the number of sales that have occurred. And year to date in Greenbrier County, 230 homes have sold. Again, in Greenbrier County, you see where the number of new listings coming on the market has dipped a little bit. In July, it's down 4%, but for the year, it's up 4%. So things are staying steady. As we come into our most active part of the whole market in the Greenbrier Valley, that's Lewisburg. If you look, the amount of inventory on the market is less than 2 months. It's 1.8 months. That's super low, and it's just been going down, down, down. In Lewisburg, the number of homes available from 205,000 and down is 5. And under 500,000, it's 13. So, I think that's actually picked up. When we gave our market report last month, there were maybe 2 or 3 homes. So there are more. There have been a bunch that have gone under contract since last month. But that's just where things are. So as buyers, it's good to be prepared and ready when you go to purchase right now. In Greenbrier County, we've seen a 23% increase in the median sales price. Last year was $183,000, and this year it's $226,000. If you roll back the clock even further, maybe about 5 years, the median sales price at that time was around $165,000. So you've continued to see the median values of homes go up. And as we look at the number of sold properties, for the year to date, it's up 51% in Lewisburg. So it's gone from 62 homes year to date last year to 94 homes. That's just a lot of homes that are selling. And then looking over at the new listings, again, you're starting to see that pullback in Lewisburg. For July, those 14% less homes came on the market in July this year versus a year ago. So wanted to hit a little bit on 2 of our other towns right in the area. We've got White Sulphur Springs. It's moving along. Number of homes sold in White Sulphur's up 41%. A lot of really cool things, wonderful things going on with downtown and the businesses there, the people that are putting their efforts and energy to reviving that. It's just an amazing thing to see happen. And certainly, those people that live there in the housing market is benefiting from that. with the number of sales going up 41%. The median price right now in White Sulphur Springs is literally doubled. Last year, the median sales price was $99,000. Year to date this year, it's $207,000. So that's a tremendous increase. Median sales price is where most of the homes are selling. So it doesn't mean that a $100,000 house isn't selling, and it doesn't mean that $1.5 million home in the sporting club isn't selling. It's just right there where most of the homes are selling in that price range. And for White Sulphur Springs, you continue to see number of new listings on the market is up 5%, which is trending right with the rest of the area. And then Alderson is another bright spot. I think of interest to note that the median sale price in Alderson has gone up 50% in the last year, so $85,000 a year ago to $129,000 right now for the year to date. And we've seen a significant increase in the number of properties in Alderson and the interest there. And that's kind of the whole recap. A lot of positive things going on in the market. If you're curious about how you can get a new home and sell your current home and do so in a hopefully more sane manner, give us a ring. We'll be glad to walk you through that, show you how it can be done. Any questions on the market and the data, what's going on there, be glad to talk to you about that as well. And in the meantime, I'm Paul Grist. We'll see you soon.